everybody, and welcome back to the MXGP of Switzerland, presented by iXS at Frauenfeld. It's the final race of the day, MXGP Race 2, 30 minutes plus 2 laps. My name's Paul Malin. Thanks for the pleasure of your company throughout the weekend, on this Easter weekend. The weather's been fine, the circuit challenging in terms of it's choppy, it's edgy, and from that side, offering up a little bit of a challenge to the riders in all classes. It's the fifth time we've come here in recent times to Frauenfeld. Antonio Cairoli was the first ever winner in the MXGP category back in 2016 with a first and a fifth. Jeffrey Hurlings was victorious a year later in 2017 with a sixth and a first. Hurlings won again in 2018. He's the only two-time winner around here. This time he went 1-1 the year that he was MXGP World Champion. KTM's with the clean sweep in those 3 years. Maxime Renault with a second and a first in 2023. Tim Gajser was victorious with a double race win sweep for Honda last year. Who will it be that stands on the top step here this weekend? The circuit absolutely gloriously chocolate cake in places, but it is drying out now as well. The atmosphere and the flares for the Swiss riders who are out on their sighting lap. The racetrack 1,500 meters long. Confirmation there that Tim Gajser was your winner last year. He did it with a double race win, of course. And if you've been with us all weekend, you know about the track, you know where the intermediate sectors are, you know exactly what it's like as well. And what a win we had as well in MX2 just a few moments ago. I won't spoil it. I'll let you watch that on playback later on if you need to. But the fans have enjoyed some great racing here. The MXGP riders on the way back from their sighting lap. Look at the wind just starting to pick up. If you weren't with us earlier and want to know what happened in MXGP Race 1, here's the highlights. Over on the left-hand side, Lucas Coenen on the Red Bull KTM, number 96, with his first foxhole shot of the year, his first as a rookie in the class. Jeremy Seewer on the 91, Ducati came out in second. Then just alongside him, Tim Gajser, 243, quickly got into second position though. Ruben Fernandez, who was your qualifying race winner on Saturday, he was there in fourth, trying to muscle his way past, and he did muscle his way into third at the first attempt. Andrea Bonacorsi found his way around the outside of Seewer, going up and over the step. That put him into fourth, and then Romain Febvre found his way into fifth as Seewer dropped to sixth. Didn't last long though for Romain Febvre, because he tipped over from that fifth position at the other end of the straight, coming out of the left just here, plonked himself down on the deck, down to eighth. He got his way back to sixth by the time the checkered flag fell. Led on the 24 of Kevin Horgmo here, on his way back through to seventh. Meanwhile, Maxime Renault got the better of Jeremy Seewer. That put him up to fifth at the halfway point. Febvre went back around Seewer for the second time as he moved into sixth. That was just after the halfway point. But it was Lucas Coenen who was victorious. His second MXGP race win, his 25th career race victory from Tim Gajser, Ruben Fernandez, Andrea Bonacorsi, and Maxime Renault. At the start of the weekend, Tim Gajser 39 points clear of Romain Febvre. Tim Gajser now 49 points clear of the Frenchman, after Gajser came home in second and Romain Febvre came home in sixth place. Well, a few moments ago, Lisa Lehnen was down on the grid. She caught up with Monster and his Yamaha factory MXGP rider Iago Kietz. Before that, Alessandro Lupino. And after this, we'll see a part of the lap from Domi Agata of World Superbike.
Okay, we're almost ready for the final race of the day, MXGP Race 2, but let's catch up with the Ruber.it Ducati factory rider, Alessandro Lupino, who's filling in for the injured Matteo Guadagnini. Okay, Alessandro, the qualifying race on Saturday, that was a great showing from you, but that first race earlier on, you did struggle a little bit in that first corner.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. It was really nice to go back on MXGP, and yesterday I enjoyed a lot. I mean, the start was good, and the pace was nice. Yeah. I stay with the guys, and then I get the hard pump, I slow down. Today the start was really bad, and I make mistake in the first corner, so from the back it's not easy to come back in the front, and especially if you are not used anymore to these races, the guys have something more that at the moment for me is difficult to show when I'm in the back.
Yeah. I mean, from a rider that hasn't been on a 450 for a while, I know it was a last-minute call. I think it was Tuesday they asked you to fill in. In terms of the level here in the Premier class, is it what you expected, or is it a lot worse?
Yeah, it's true. They called me the last moment. I'm focused on the 250 lately, so on the new project. I come back and I was honored to use the bike from Mattia, and I expected the level is high, especially in the front. The first three guys they have complete another level, and what I see that is way more important than a few years ago that when I was racing, now is the start. Of course, and this track especially because it's quite tight, so it's difficult to make a pass. But yeah, you can see yesterday I was battling with Lucas Coenen, and today he won the motos. So the start is so important. That means the level is high.
Well, it's great to see you back, and best of luck for the final race.
Yeah, thank you a lot.
Thank you. Let's now catch up with a rider that I haven't spoken to for a while. It's Jago Hertz. Jago, tell us about that first race.
Yeah, the really bad start and almost crashed in the first corner. But then I came from almost last to 13, so I'm happy about my riding, the same like last week, but we didn't get the starts figured out, so it's our goal to take a good start now and fight more on the top.
I mean, looking at the start of the season, it has been quite a difficult 2025 campaign so far, but of course it's a long season.
Yeah, for sure. My riding is getting better every week, so that's nice. And for sure, one of the next few races, I will be back where I belong. But just need to be patient and do my best every race.
Exactly, step by step. And finally, happy birthday! It's your birthday today.
Yep, that's true. Thank you.
Okay, well, hopefully you'll have something to celebrate later on. Best of luck. Thank you, Jago. Okay, good luck to the guys. Happy birthday there to Jago. It's time for MXGP Race 2.
Well, after those interviews, the world superbike rider from Switzerland, Tim Gajser, took to the lap. Of course, he's a Yamaha rider, Yamaha ambassador, and not too far from here as well. He did the lap last year, absolutely thoroughly loved it. He's grown up riding motocross bikes as well, so to get the chance to do a lap here in Grand Prix conditions and get the flares and the fan support just like that, well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? And Tim Gajser, great to see him. Didn't get a chance to see him this time around, spoke to him last year, and a massive fan of the sport, and the Swiss riders here this weekend. Take a look at how the riders line up then, MXGP Race 2, as they did in Race 1. Ruben Fernandez with his first pole position of the season, his first since 2023 as well. Tim Gajser, his teammate, Andre HRC, goes to line second, ahead of the monster in his Yamaha of Maximino third, the Fantic factory machine of Bonacorsi, Roman Fevre, factory Kawasaki, then Jeremy Seewer on the Aruba.IT Ducati, Jeffrey Hurling's Red Bull KTM, and the rest of the riders, as you can see. Lucas Coenen struggled in 10th, but you know what? If you were with us a moment ago for the highlights of Race 1, you would have seen that he absolutely walked away with victory in Race 1. Lucas Coenen, a two-time race winner now in MXGP, his 25th career victory in that first MXGP race. Can he do it again? He looked very, very stylish, very smooth. Tim Gajser didn't have an answer for him, made a couple of mistakes early on, and that allowed the Belgian to get away. Will it be déjà vu in Race 2, or will Gajser have a reply for the young rookie Belgian? Ruben Fernandez came home third. He is eyeing up a podium for the first time in 2025. Jeffrey Hurlings struggled his way through to 14th in the first race. Can he get a better start like the one that he got yesterday in qualifying and mix it with the championship runners? There is the 84 of the Bullet alongside the 132 of Bonacorsi on the Fantic. Fly Racing 15-second board up for the final time this weekend. 30 minutes plus 2. Hurlings in his favourite inside gate. Lupino gate number 3, look on the Ducati. The number 3 of Roman Fevre next in gate 4. Then the baby blue of Lucas Coenen. What, gate 1, 2, 5, 6, something like that. Over on our side here. And it's another good jump for the number 96. Seewer just too deep into that first turn. He comes out in second, but once again it's Lucas Coenen with a foxhole shot. working her way through the first couple of corners. Coenen leads, Gajser second, as it was, and Herlings does get that good jump and is alongside Tim Gajser, looking to make a move into second. Gajser goes defensive, Herlings going to go around the outside and try the dwarf line, as somehow Maxime Renaux stays up on two wheels in that right-hand corner in fourth place. Seewer well positioned in what, sixth position at the moment, but just ahead of him, the yellow cheese, Valentin Guillot, dressed like a Swiss cheese, honouring the 92 Winter Olympic ski team. Just fortunate that he also has the number 92 on his motorcycle, Valentin Guillot. You can't miss him, can you? Hoping he had a shower. You wouldn't want to smell of cheese, would you? Anyway, he's up there in fifth place. Valentin Guillot on the privateer Yamaha, don't forget. Didn't have enough spare parts in round two to get through the muddy weekend. Maxime Renaux up to third. Finds his way past Herlings. Herlings looking over his shoulder, wants to know where the next attack is coming from. Here's Guillot in yellow, just behind him, Andrea Bonacorsi on the Fantic. Then Jeremy Seewer, 7th, Fevre in 8th. Another poor start for Romain Fevre. Those starts are letting him down this weekend. Ben Watson in 9th place. What a ride through the field Ben Watson had in race 1, from 35th on the opening lap to 18th on that MRT Racing Beta. Finally inside the top 10. Can he improve on that? Number 96, Lucas Coenen, can't afford to switch off and relax. He was majestic in race 1, controlled the race from the front perfectly. Never gave Tim Gajser a sniff, didn't even give him a look in. Every time he did try, he'd make a couple of mistakes here and there. The gap would go to a second and a half, and then 2 seconds. And then once he realised mid-race, Tim Gajser, that gap was probably not going to come down, and that Lucas Coenen was probably just too good in that first outing, he said, you know what, maybe just bring it home. I'm going to gain ground on Romain Fevre, extend my lead to almost 50 points, and that's what it's about in the championship, isn't it? The atmosphere here absolutely electric as the Swiss riders come through in 6th and 8th place. Valentin Guillot in yellow. What a start to race 2 for Guillot. 11th in race 1. Stock Yamaha out of the crate, maybe a little bit of work on the forks, but there's nothing factory about the machine that he's riding, and everyone in and around him all on factory material. Coenen on a KTM, Gajser on a Honda, the Yamaha of Renaux, the KTM of Herlings, the Fantic of Bonacorsi, the Kawasaki here of Romain Fevre behind him, the Ducati of Seewer. Where is Ruben Fernandez? 29th place for the Honda rider who was 3rd in race 1. So that podium that he was hoping for this Easter, looking like it's going to elude him. A little bit loose there for Guillot. Tim Gajser likes that outside line, doesn't he? Coming out of turn 6. You can hear, you probably can see a flash of red every now and again as Gajser draws alongside him. The gap, nothing in it between them as they charge down the back end into turn 9, the left-hander here. Wonder if Gajser's made 1 or 2 settings. There was a couple of little moments for him early on where he just caught the edge of a couple of bumps, unsettled him, cost him a little bit of time here and there. So Ruben Fernandez down in 29! Gajser catches one of those turrets of dirt. Riders are always concerned about them. They put them there to sort of stop riders cutting the course, but they look like brick houses, and Gajser has gone down hard. Oh, in the blink of an eye, he just caught one of those banks. He needs a moment. The last thing we're thinking about at the moment is that 39-point advantage or 49-point advantage that he had. Hopefully he's okay. He hit the ground very, very hard, Tim Gajser. And that promotes everybody up the leaderboard. Renault second, Hurling's third, Bonacorsi 4, Guillaume 5, Fevre in green in 6th. Then Seewer 7, Hawkmo 8, Watson 9, Coldenoff in 10th place. Wow, that was a massive crash for Tim Gajser. Oh, and he's holding himself there. Watch this here. Catches the, and then that thing there. Those things need to be outlawed. Sorry, but look, that just gave him no chance. He was a passenger right there. And that could, the way that he's holding himself, could take him out of the championship. Tim Gajser out of the race. Lucas Coenen now 2.5 seconds clear of Maxime Renault at the head of the field. A stunned atmosphere in and around the racetrack there as Gajser crashes out hard of this second race. Meanwhile, Lucas Coenen leading the way, Renault second, Hurling's under pressure here from Andrea Bonacorsi. And with 23 minutes plus 2 laps to go, there's still a long way left to run in this one, but looking good for Coenen up front. Oh, Guillaume's out. Guillaume out as well at 5th position. Was that a crash for Guillaume? Is that him at the other end of the straight, just after the monster bridge there? I'm not sure. Well, this circuit definitely taking a couple of casualties now, isn't it? Right, Guillaume, here's what happened. You can pick him out in yellow. Oh! Massive crash for him as well. Romain Fevre very lucky to avoid him. Caught an edge on takeoff, straight out of the sunroof. Wow, that was a hard hit for Guillaume. You see how the dirt just breaking down, and as it goes harder, maybe he caught a rock in one of the ruts or just caught a ledge. But Tim Gajser still down, being Gajser still down off track here, being attended to by the medics. Right, watch this here. Just back end lit up on him. Whoa, straight down on that right-hand side like a salmon, but that was a hard hit for the Swiss. So Renault, the fastest rider on track that time around as he gets to within 2 seconds of Lucas Coenen. Your race leader. Hurling's in third, about 1.8, almost 2 seconds ahead of these two on his Red Bull KTM. And then Andrea Bonacorsi eyeing up a podium here for Fantic. His teammate Glenn Coldenoff has 3 podiums already this year, a couple of seconds and a third, 2 of those back-to-back the last 2 rounds. Bonacorsi got a podium round 2, third overall. He's eyeing up another visit to the podium here as well, but as we've seen, this racetrack can be brutal. It's going to catch. It's caught already a couple of riders out, top-end level riders as well. A 5-time world champ, no less. Gajser still down. Romain Fevre here on the Kawasaki. He is in 5th position behind Andrea Bonacorsi. But the fastest lap of the race that time around, 1:39.834. The rider closing him down here in red, Jeremy Seewer on the Ducati. But not even close to the fast lap in race 1. Tim Gajser still down. Valentin Guillaume had his big hit a moment ago. And Lucas Coenen, 2.3 seconds clear of Maxime Renault at the head of the field. Hurling still third. These two, Bonacorsi in red and white on that Fantic Factory MXGP machine, holding off Romain Fevre as he holds on to that 4th place at the moment. Then Seewer in 6th for Aruba.IT Ducati. Then Horgmo 7, Watson 8, Coldenoff 9. Noah Ludwig on the Sarholz KTM. The fast starting Noah Ludwig from France at that GP there at Saint-Jean-d'Angely. Finds himself inside the top 10. Ludwig not French, by the way, but it was the French round that he was very special coming out of the start. Ludwig, the German. At least Valentin Guillot picked himself up and was able to get back onto the motorcycle and just sort of sit there and kind of understand what was hurting the most, but not the way he wanted to end his Grand Prix here. Tom Koch is up to 15th. He's just moved by another Swiss rider, Arno Tonas. Bogas, who's been sick the last couple of weeks and on antibiotics, he's 17th. Brumman 18, Lupino 19. Adam Sterry on the Chambers KTM is in 20th place. Gilbert just outside the top 20 in 21st. Hurling's under pressure in 3rd place, though. Massive arm pump in the qualifying race on Saturday as he tries to race his way back to full fitness after a winter layoff with that knee surgery. Had no races before he came in to Sardinia just 3 rounds ago, including this one. So triple header, no racing, bang, bang, bang. Doesn't get any more intense than that. And I'd say he'd welcome the weekend off, but guess what? He's going to go racing next week as well, just to try and get even more up to speed. Lucas Coenen responds to the threat of Maxime Renault in 2nd by putting the fastest lap of the race, 1:39.758 last time around. The noise for Seewer as they drop into that corner. He hasn't let these two go, has he? Look, there he is, lurking in the background. This is going to be good in a 5th overall for Jeremy Seewer on the Ducati. Sneaking into view any moment now in the background on the red 91. Lisa Leyland down in pit lane, getting ready to talk to Louis Vosters, the team owner from Fantic Factory MXGP, because Bonacorsi in 4th and on course for a podium, his 2nd of the year.
Louis Vosters, I don't want to speak too soon, but it is looking like Andrea Bonacorsi is knocking on the door for his 2nd podium this year.
Yes, Andrea is doing really well at the moment. He feels really good on this track. During the week we made some adjustments, personal for him on the bike, and all weekend long he's feeling already really good.
We know Brian Bogas has been off sick for a while. He's back. He is struggling though, isn't he?
Yeah, Brian is struggling a lot. The first moto, yeah, he had a technical issue which was not caused by the bike, whatever, he touched something. But on the other hand, yeah, he's tried to be better and better the coming week, so we will support him as much as we can.
Best luck to the team. Thank you.
Louis Vosters down there in pit lane. Here's his rider, his #1 rider this weekend, the 132, Andrea Bonacorsi, who's hanging on to that 4th place and heading into race 2. Glenn Coldenoff, who was 3rd in the championship, had a 7-point buffer over Lucas Coenen. That will all change this time around because Lucas Coenen eyeing up a 2nd race win here today, potentially. He's going to leapfrog by 6 points Glenn Coldenoff, who will drop to 4th position as it stands right now. Glenn Coldenoff 9th in the ninth in the race so far. Collarbone or shoulder. The pain on the face of Tim Gajser as he was slammed to the ground. Not sure I want to see this again. Caught that there. There's a reason why those riders don't like them, but he picked himself up. Look at this here. I mean, whose idea is it anyway? You know what I mean? We know how they're feeling down there, believers. They're going to be feeling it worse than us. No one more so than Tim Gajser. Hurling's hanging on to 3rd. Febvre getting closer to Bonacorsi again. Looks like he was just taking a breather. But with about 15 minutes plus 2 laps to go, Lucas Coenen, who was the fastest on track last time around, with another fastest lap of the race. He's in a good position here at the moment. 5.6 seconds down is Renault, and then we've got Hurling's 3rd. But Behind them, hanging on to fourth, Bonacorsi and Febvre. Bonner hanging on at the moment, the Italian. Febvre with a lot more work to do. So 14.5 minutes plus 2 to go. Lucas Coenen now almost 6 seconds clear at the top of the charts in this race. Maxim Renault second, Hurlings is third. He's under pressure here though, but he looks like he's got it under control as Bonacorsi on the 132 sits fourth, Febvre in fifth, Seewer still there in sixth. Something for the Swiss fans to cheer about here in race 2. Take a look at the start then. Lucas Coenen leading the way once more, just as he did in race 1. And it was another foxhole shot for him as well. Tucks his way down the inside. Seewer fought him for it all the way, didn't he? He came out in second. Gajser quick to get back there in third. But over on the right-hand side, Lucas Coenen off cambered right-hand turn there. That was Fernandez down in the first turn as well, right at the back, which is why he is struggling to come through traffic now. He's up in the 23rd, but after his third place in race 1, Ruben Fernandez, just that error in that first corner, costing him a podium. Tough day for Honda this weekend because Gajser with only one score, 22 points, that's going to put him 9th overall. Calvin Verlanderen 10, Fernandez is going to be 11th overall. See the sparks there, just coming off the foot pegs as they catch a rock. Lucas Coenen in control, just as he was in race 1. He won't know that Tim Gajser, well, we know that he's out because the mechanics would have put out, but then he'll be told after the race. And his first concern will be for his mate, his buddy. I'm sure he sees himself sat there, trackside. Lucas Coenen pops back into view as your race leader. Just under 12 minutes plus 2 laps to go in MXGP Race 2 here in Switzerland. The MXGP of Switzerland presented by iXS in the north of the country at Frauenfeld. Coenen has been immaculate today, all day. Victorious in race 1, making it look easy. A similar situation in race 2. Meanwhile, behind him, Romain Febvre charging down the inside of Bonacorsi, tags his wheel on the way through. Bonacorsi, is he in danger of losing a podium with that little mistake? Tries to get himself back up and into the race as quickly as possible. Seewer may have gone by him, so he may still just be able to claw something back here. Febvre up to 4th. Seewer goes 5th, Hawkmo 6th, Bonacorsi 7th. And that's going to dump him off the podium at the expense of Romain Febvre. So Febvre's going to go to 33, Bonacorsi on 32. Fans on their feet because Jeremy Seewer now in 5th place. Looking at 5th overall. Seewer only one top 10 finish. That was round 3 at Saint-Jean-d'Angely, where he was 10th overall. He's been 14th a couple of times, 15th. He was 12th at the opening round in Argentina. What a result this would be for Seewer and Ducati. 5th overall to go with the 2 4th place finishes of Mattia Guadagnini earlier on in the year. Guada should be back, fingers crossed, in Portugal 2 weeks from now. So they should be back to full strength. Great atmosphere, great fan support for Seewer this weekend. Only lives about 25 minutes from here. The rugged nature of the racetrack. The stones, the hard pack, it's slick, it's loose. Maxim Renault plus 4 seconds on the pit board. There's nothing in it between him and Febvre though. Fevre eyeing up a top 3 race finish. He knows these points are important. He knows Gajser's out of the race as well. And you know what? Because he's got his right shoulder in a sling, Tim Gajser. So it's obviously shoulder related. If it's a broken collarbone, you just kind of go, you know what? He can get that pinned and plated, and he'll be back in Portugal. If it's ligaments or a dislocation, that's a different thing altogether. That might take a little bit longer to put right. Those soft tissue damages and dislocations, they're the worst. So fingers crossed. It's not as bad as it appears. He's still sat down there, isn't he? Just wonder if there's any other issues there with Gajser, apart from the shoulder, potentially. Back markers doing their best to stay out of the way. It's a good showing from Herlings, isn't it? He's hanging on to 3rd. He let Fevre through in the qualifying race because he felt with his arms he couldn't hold him back with the pump up. Don't think he'll be so keen to let him through now, though. 6th overall. If you put the flag out now, he'll drop to 7th if Fevre goes by. 8 laps breathe the message for Fevre. He's done all the hard work, hasn't he? He's come from outside of the top 10 on the opening lap. He's got himself up there into that 4th position. He had an up and down race in race 1. Up to 5th, down to 8th, back up to 6th by the time the flag fell. Fevre likes that inside line, doesn't he? A little bit more flexible. Get his leg nice and high. He gets alongside Herlings here in a similar deep rut. This time a right-hander. Fevre now up in the 3rd place. The Red Bull KTM of Jeffrey Herlings has Jeremy Seewer almost 4 seconds behind him in terms of race fitness at the moment, and just general kind of feeling on the bike. Being 6 rounds in, you'd expect Jeremy Seewer just to have that edge on Herlings. Seewer might feel that as well. He might be able to get his way onto the rear wheel of the Dutchman. Maybe take a position, gain another couple of championship points, who knows? But the 84 will not make it easy for him, that's for sure. Blue flags, please. 212, John Adamson. Right, what's the gap between Herlings and Seewer as they hit the line? It was about 2 seconds-ish. And as he goes through, it's still 2.1, 2.6 now. As it updates. Ben Watson, he's there in 8th place. He's got Coenen behind him at the moment in 9th. Great to see Watson there. He fought his way through traffic from 35th on lap 1 in race 1 as Coenen almost off the side of the bike. And Watson fought his way to 18th. Race 2, a good start just inside the top 10. He's been up and down the top 10, but he's still hanging on in there in 8th place at the moment, keeping Coenen behind him. And Valandren, Fernandez, number 70, 18th place. It's coming up on the screen, disqualification for not coming to a full stop in pit lane. So I'm not sure what that's about, whether he came in for goggles or anything else, but he's obviously either had a ride through for something and then didn't stop. So Fernandez, and what's been a difficult day for Honda HRC, will be disqualified for not coming to a full stop in pit lane. That flashing up on our screens now. Koldenoff getting closer to Watson here. The MRT beta machine, 9:19. Fantic factory of Koldenoff just behind him. Koldenoff 3 times on the podium this year, don't forget. Currently 4th in the championship, 6 points behind Lucas Coenen, who's leapfrogged him this weekend in that points chase. So this would be another point, that would get the gap back down to 5 points. And every point will count in this championship, that's for sure. Just over 4 minutes to go. Verlander in 10th, he just put his best lap in a lap ago. Panzer behind him also put his best lap in a moment ago. Well, Fernandez in 18th. You can keep him out there and dispute it afterwards. Look at the casualties we've got here in race 2 in one way or another. Tom Cock, Bogus, he's been sick though, Harberland, Stouffer, Guillaume and Gajser. Guillaume and Gajser with 2 crashes. Kietz up to 12th, came from way, way back after a poor start in race 1. Jago Kietz got himself up to 13th. He's had to do a similar ride in race 2. Now he's up to 12th place. But with 3 minutes plus 2 laps to go, Coenen, Renault, Fevre, your top 3. Coenen, Renault, Fevre, your podium. Maxime Renault over the line in 3rd, but for how much in 2nd, but for how much longer? Because Romain Fevre closing in on him. The Monster Energy Yamaha rider, he's had his issues. Oh, his hand came off the handlebar there. Very lucky to stay on. That would have put some massive pressure on his right hand, the one that was injured. Watch this here, he comes in, hits a braking bump. There, watch the left hand. Oh, saves it, goes off track, an easy pass for Fevre to 2nd. Oh, and he's down! Down again! Is that the same jump that caught out Valentin Guillaume? It is. Wow, there are some casualties today. A high attrition rate. He had to save. 2 corners later, he's down on the deck. And out of 3rd place. So Lucas Coenen now 8.7 seconds clear of Fevre, who moves up to 2nd. Hurling's up to 3rd. Seewer up to 4th. Bonacorsi 5th. And that changes things as well in terms of the overalls. Lucas Coenen looking at a 1-1 for the overall victory. Fevre is going to be on 37. Bonacorsi is back on the podium, 3rd overall, but at the expense of Maxime Renault. Seewer will be 4th overall, 2 points behind the Italian. And then Horgmo will be 5th for the 2nd time this year. Maxime Renault needing a helping hand to get off the side of the track, and that is a poor sight. Sometimes this job can leave you speechless. I just wonder whether he hit the same line as Guillaume or not, whether it's something completely different. So, Lucas Coenen, now 8.3 seconds clear of Romain Fevre. Hurling's 3rd, Seewer 4th. This was what happened to Maxime Renault a moment ago. He saved this one here. That allowed Fevre into 2nd. Maxime Renault was 3rd, but then watch this here. Yeah, the same line, the same jump as Guillaume that took him out there. He went down hard. He's just been removed from the track with a helping hand from the medics. A hard hit for the Frenchman. Guillaume, Gajser, Renault, all going down hard in this 2nd race. Van getting behind Jeremy Seewer. 2 to go for Lucas Coenen. Last time Jeffrey Hurlings came home third was race 1 in China last year, the penultimate round. Looking good at the moment for that, but see, we're getting closer, and if he finds his way past now, he will get those 2 points, and he will end up on the podium, third overall. 2 big laps for Jeremy Seewer and Ducati, eyeing up their first podium in MXGP. Whoa, what a finale the Swiss fans are being treated to here, especially if you're a Jeremy Seewer supporter. Seewer hasn't been on the podium since Turkey, round 18 last year. Switched to a new brand, a new motorcycle. This motorcycle in its infancy, its first year in the World Championship. Seewer in 4th at the moment, chasing Jeffrey Hurlings. If he can make the pass for 3rd, it will be 3rd overall in the Grand Prix. The fans doing everything they can to help him find his way past the bullet, the 5-time world champion. Hurlings making it very difficult for him though. Seewer makes a run around the outside. Listen to the place here, what an atmosphere. All in for the podium, that's the message for him. 1 lap to go. Coenen already over the line, Fevre over the line any moment now. But Hurlings and Seewer here, who will win this battle. It might be a top 3 in the race, but it's also going to be top 3 in the podium for Seewer if he can find his way past. And he's alongside Hurlings. Oh, he makes the move. Seewer up to 3rd. Hurlings tries to respond around the outside. Wow. Can he stay there? Listen to the wall of noise. He came close to winning in MX2 around here all those years ago. Never quite made it happen. Back in 2016, he went 2-2 on a Suzuki for 2nd overall behind Max Anstey. He won the first race in 2017, but crashed at the start, came back to 5th for 2nd overall. Hasn't been on the podium since we came back here. And the fans finally are going to be treated to Jeremy Seewer on the podium in Switzerland once again, this time in MXGP. All the column inches will be about Lucas Coenen going 1-1 for the first time in MXGP. And Coenen out of the final couple of corners. He wins race 2. He goes 1-1. It's a perfect day in Switzerland for Lucas Coenen on the top step of the podium for Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. Fevre crosses the line 2nd. Seewer 3rd in the race. 3rd on the podium for Ducati. What a moment for him. That's what it means to ride in front of your home fans, to make it onto the podium. Arno Tonis here, the other Swiss rider. But Coenen goes 1-1. Fevre with a 6-2. Jeremy Seewer with a 7-3. That is your podium. Ducati on the podium for the first time in MXGP. And what a way to do it as well. But Lucas Coenen, the man of the moment here in Switzerland. Roman Mostak had a decent ride as well, just looking at him coming over the line in 13th, but that will be 12th because Fernandez, who just passed him on the final lap, disqualification for not coming to a full stop in pit lane. So I'm not sure when he went in, at what part of the race he had to go in for something, but if it's work on the bike, then surely you would have to stop. Anyway, that'll sort itself out, I'm sure. But Lisa Leyland is down in pit lane with our double race winner, Lucas Coenen.
Lucas Coenen, massive congratulations. You just went 1-1 to get your first overall victory in the Premier class. That was a big win for you.
Yeah, of course, Saturday I didn't expect this. Was a lot of arm pump and really difficult for me. And now I nailed the stars on the inside and just took 2 whole shots. And led every lap, just control the race, and I hope Tim is okay because I was a bit worried. You know, we are so close with Tim, and I saw him on the ground the whole motor, so I hope he's okay. And yeah, but I can't be. I'm speechless. So good, feels so good to win, and 1-1 here in Switzerland. So gonna enjoy the 2 weeks off, and yeah, let's see next race.
Enjoy the moment with your team. Thank you.
Lucas Coenen, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing on top. And on the top step of the podium here, round 6 in MXGP, his rookie season going 1-1. His 18th career podium, his 11th Grand Prix victory. But this one, nice and special because it's his first in the big class on the 450. Many questioned whether he made the right move or not. Well, there you go. He's just answered every single one of those critics with that performance here this weekend. Tim Gajser getting ready to go. There's Maxime Renault. Valentin Guillot was another rider that went down hard on that same part of the racetrack. But let's give you the official result, shall we? Lucas Coenen wins race 2 from Romain Febvre, Jeremy Seewer, Jeffrey Hurlings, Andrea Bonacorsi with Koldenoff, Watson and Horgmo. Look at that for Watson, 7th place for him. Rounding out the top 10, we had Calvin Verlaeren and Jan Panzer. After that, it was Jago Kiert, Ruben Fernandez, although at the moment it's saying that he's disqualified for a pit lane infringement. So that will promote Van der Moostijk, Noah Ludwig, Lupino, Brumman, Josh Gilbert, Kato Nickel, Arno Tonus, Roman Papp, and behind them would have been Mark Scheu. The overall top step of the podium for the first time in MXGP, and his 2nd podium in the class, Lucas Coenen with the perfect double. 2 wins out of 2 here. Romain Febvre with a 6-2, taking 2nd overall. Jeremy Seewer on the podium for a historic Ducati podium. For the first time in MXGP, the first time in World Championship history. A 7-3 for Seewer. Tim Gajser, 9th overall. Jan Panzer, 10th overall. But it's been a tough day for some of those riders out there, including the World Championship leader, Tim Gajser. He will hang on to the red plate, but that's the least of their concerns down there at Honda HRC, and ours, of course, as well. But that's how it looks. Coenen up to 3rd at the expense of Koldenoff. Just 3 points in it between those two, though, as they fight over that bronze medal position. Seewer up to 9th, Verlaeren 10th. Take a look at the Manufacturers' Championship. Honda still lead the way. Kawasaki 2nd, KTM jump up to 3rd, with Yamaha and Fantic rounding out the top 5. Ducati 6, no change there, but good points on the board for the Italian manufacturer. Take a look at the foxhole shot. And for the 2nd time today, Lucas Coenen, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing, and for the 2nd time today, Lucas Coenen turns a foxhole shot into 25 points. Jeremy Seewer leads the way though with 3. Lucas Coenen on 2. Goldenhoff on 2. Roman Fevre, Noah Ludwig, Paul Jonas, Kevin Horgmo, Mattia Guadagnini, the other whole shotters. Going to be a noisy podium down there for various reasons. Coenen because of his first win. But Jeremy Seewer, 3rd overall.
Siegerehrung MXGP of Switzerland.
Right, let's do the podium then, shall we? 3rd overall at the MXGP of Switzerland, presented by iXS. On the Aruba.it Ducati Factory MX team. Home rider, Jeremy Seewer. What a reception on the podium at home. Mum there, front row. The flares, the fireworks, it's a long weekend here, Easter weekend, he can enjoy this moment. No racing next weekend. Congratulations Jeremy Seewer, congratulations Ducati on what is a historic podium in MXGP. And the poor guy who's doing the announcing we can't even hear him. But Roman Fevre, 2nd overall, Kawasaki Racing Team MXGP, emerges from the wall of noise up there onto the 2nd step of the podium. Got himself a bit of a split lip there as well, possibly a rock off the rear wheel of another motorcycle. 6-2 for the Frenchman. But your overall winner from Belgium, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing, Lucas Coenen. That's what it means to them. That's what it means to Belgium, that's what it means to the Coenen family. All smiles up there on the top step. His 2nd podium in the rookie class. Mama there. All smiles as well. Davide De Carli up there on the podium.
De bel voor de startplaats, überreicht door Andrea Lederer, CFO, MXGP.
Trophy is going to be handed out here. 3rd overall, Jeremy Seewer. What a moment for him, what a moment for Ducati. What a moment for Switzerland. Dave Gowland, Monster Energy VP, Motorsports Marketing, hands the 2nd place trophy to Roman Fevre, Kawasaki Racing Team. Not happy with Daddy's performance today. She only likes it when he's on the top step. Claudio Bernal, the mayor of Frauenfeld, hands the winner's trophy to Lucas Coenen. He'll give that a good ring as he celebrates on the top step of the podium here this weekend. The MXGP of Switzerland CEO, Willy Laderack, congratulating Jeremy Seewer, but he's going to give the team trophy to Davide De Carli on this side of the podium. Willy. What a day it's been here. I mean, for either side of the coin, if you like. Anyway, championship leaders, red plate. Dave Bulmer, the press guy for HRC Honda, will take the plate on behalf of Tim Gajser, who continues to lead the championship. It's down to 27 points. Antonio Alia Portela, the FIM CMS director, will hand the red plate to Dave Bulmer. Tim Gajser, we will have news on that as soon as and when we have it. Next up, National Anthem of Belgium for Lucas Coenen.
Österreich durch Kassel, die Austria-Nationalhymne.
Let the guests go outside.
Your top three here in MXGP this weekend, the MXGP of Switzerland presented by iXS. Lucas Coenen, Rebel KTM, Kawasaki Racing Team's Roman Fevre, and Jeremy Seewer, Aruba.it Ducati. And by my reckoning, you have to go back to 2017 and Clément de Sal, who was victorious in Russia for the last time we had a Belgian national anthem in the Premier class. I mean, I'll recheck it again, but that is a long time between drinks if you're a Belgian in the Premier category. Anyway, here's what happened in race number 2. Brace yourselves. MXGP race 2. Burst into life. Jeremy Seewer chasing the foxhole shot, but it was Lucas Coenen for the second time this weekend. Seewer was right there in second, but not for long because Gajser came through into that second. Hurlings into third. Seewer down in 4th place. Then we had Valentin Guillot in 5th and Hurlings in there as well. And Renault. Seewer getting beat up pretty quickly as he got shuffled back on the early lap. But then, big moment in the race. Tim Gajser down hard. Looks like a shoulder injury of some sort on the right side. We don't know if it's a collarbone or a dislocation or ligaments. More on that when we have it. Then, later on in the race, Valentin Guillot out hard as well from the race, from 5th position. The Swiss fans all of a sudden went quiet, but that promoted a couple of other riders in the process. Fevre got his way past Hurlings, and then went after Maxime Renault. He saved that, but he wasn't so lucky. 2 corners later, same jump as Renault, down hard again for a rider just coming back from injury. Out of 3rd position for Maxime Renault. Final lap. Jeremy Seewer got himself into 3rd. If he could stay there with that pass on Hurlings, he would be on the podium for the first time for Ducati. Lucas Coenen won the race from Fevre and Seewer. Lucas Coenen won the overall Grand Prix, and here he is.
Lucas Coenen, massive congratulations. 2 foxhole shots, 2 race wins, 1st overall victory in the Premier class. This was a weekend where every single piece of the puzzle just fitted together.
Yeah, of course, it was a good weekend, but for sure this win is because all of the people that doubted me and always saying we are crashing always and all those things, so it makes me stronger, you know, also with my brother, the good times are coming and been tough, but now we show to the world 1-1. It's only 1 GP, but we won it, so super happy, 18 years old, first time for 50 podium in Switzerland. I didn't expect on one track that didn't suit me, let's say, so pumped. I can be thanking the team enough, working a lot, and tough times make good. So Rome wasn't built today. Today was. So yeah.
Well deserved. Thank you, Lucas. 2nd overall today we have Roman Fevre. Roman, looking at your races, I guess poor starts gave yourself a lot of work to do, but you salvaged another podium. That's 4th in a row.
Yeah, I was again quite fast this weekend. I felt somehow good with the track. But yesterday wasn't so good, so today to take a good start was quite difficult. And then yeah, when you was behind first was tough to pass, and then I get full of rust, and like you can probably see, it was quite bad. But yeah, I think I was one of the guys who could pass today, and then it's what I did both motos. So happy to finish on the podium after 6 on the first moto. So yeah, let's keep going to be on the podium, but for sure I want one more step to win, to be able to win.
Thank you, Roman. 3rd overall today we have Jeremy Seewer. Jeremy, congratulations. It was that move on Hurlings that gave you yours and Ducati's first podium this year, and you did it on home soil. And with that support out there, it must have felt a little bit like a win for you.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, Ducati's first podium alone is already huge. I mean, you know, we worked hard. We started from 0, and those guys are on a good level. So amazing. And then here at home, first MXGP podium on home soil with those fans, beautiful weather. I think it's the best day of my life. Okay, it could be better to win, but I mean, where we come from, amazing. Not much to say, you know. The second motor didn't start that well. I got the rock on my leg and I had no feeling for like a lap, so I dropped. And then the race came to me. They made mistakes. Yeah, so happy. Don't know what to say.
Thanks, Jeremy. Congratulations.
Third overall, Jeremy Seewer, Aruba.IT Ducati Factory MX team. His 59th career podium, his 25th as a third place finisher. And he does it on his 214th Grand Prix start. What a weekend for him and his fans. Wow. Romain Febvre, second overall, as he said. Riders were making mistakes, but he was one of the riders that could come through. 80 career podiums now for the Frenchman, who gains ground on the injured Tim Gajser at the top of the championship standings. But what about Lucas Coenen? His 18th podium, his 11th career victory. He does it with wins number 25 and 26 in his career. His first time going back-to-back here in Switzerland. Lucas Coenen now up into third in the championship. Next stop, Portugal, 2 weeks' time, and we'll be there, of course, every step of the way. And that's it. We're out of time once again. We'll be back in 2 weeks. See you on the 4th of May, MXGP Portugal in Agada. From me, Paul Malin, Lisa Leyland, the team behind the team, everybody behind the scenes, of course. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed your Easter weekend. Get well soon, Tim Gajser, Valentin Guillot, Maxime Renault. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.